same impressive plays. Like you said, super cerebral. So looking forward to seeing that, of course, in the server alongside that 100% underrated factor here on Badass that we can look forward to watching here and seeing if he's able to deliver in stride. It's going to be a full team effort here, of course, for the side of Badass if they want to pull this thing off. But again, both teams in pretty crucial turning points in the season right now, where both have to level up their game. And so that's what we're going to need to see out of these two rosters here as we open up on Mirage.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a colder start for both of these squads. We normally expect them to be close to the top of the table, at least in the top 8. EA, definitely a top 5 team here, at least on paper, in ECL, but haven't really gotten off to the right start for their season. They've had some rockier games. We'll see if they can turn it around here against Badass as we're kicking off another night of ECL. I'm Brian Dobicole, Extra McHenry, Badass starting on the T side.
Ready to kick it into gear here towards a little bit of a B side. PwnAlone has a Molotov here. Molotovs, I feel like they land a little bit quicker maybe, and they do more damage quicker as well. So can be effective on pistol rush to do a lot of damage. You can see Shane is scared off. It's actually just straight up deterred them. So that's mission accomplished completely. They've kept him away from the aggression. They've baited out the little utility that Badass have. And now Badass are having to reroute in this round.
But the problem is that Party Astronauts have no mid control, so they can't actually take advantage of the fact that Badass are all trapped in the apartments. PA, we're kind of playing a very passive setup, so can't really take advantage of any of this, as I was saying.
100% going to be a bit complicated here with that lack of mid presence here. A little bit of a window boost could be effective, could surprise. Snav trying to peek forward here. Could catch Grizz off guard. Oh, but nice out here. Spotted early. Grizz gonna fall quick to Snav. Damage done, but they still have to find the kills on the site.
Back underneath. That's a good for could not convert on the low HP. Instead, it's gonna be Chop. 1.5 helped out by the team kill, and it's just Snav on 3 HP. Bomb down on the ground. And Party Astronauts assemble the crossfires in time. Shut down this pistol round. PwnAlone's going to finish the job. That's a very important one there for PA. It was looking like it got out of hand. Spec couldn't convert the double kill from underneath the palace, but just enough time for everyone to arrive here for the side of Party Astronauts. So we'll see a little bit of a FAMAS purchase up now for Party Astronauts. Badass going to take the Glock Eco, and we're going to fall into this little groove where PA are going to get off to a nice calm CT start. Stuff you really do want to be seeing is going to be Spec on that A site. Again, always just a solid player wherever he is on the map. So will be some good sights to see, but for now, PA rocking with the pistol and only just up against the Glocks. We'll have to see how that fares down the line.
See what they can bring to the table. Not the best tools here. Shane on a deagle to close that distance. There's that mid fight there. No FAMAS skills just yet. Finally able to secure one. As they push and pull the contact. Should be able to farm up those sweet ecos. That HE will dunk them down as well. Lovely to see. And it's just consti. Left last man standing. Doesn't want to be the easy eco. Wants to make him work for it. If you want to farm up some sweeties, you got to turn that corner. Spec will claim his price.
He will oblige. Second round there for Party Astronauts. Do look at what Badass are going to bring to the table. They are a team that do like their defaults, but Party Astronauts are a team that can thrive individually. It truly... We do need to see what side of the bed we woke up on today here for Party Astronauts to see which individuals are firing on all cylinders, which type of fights are we going to be taking out towards middle. I know Badass seems like they're already grouping towards A, though.
Kicking into gear, a little bit of an off-spawn call. Coming straight on into that A side. Doing a lot of damage to PwnAlone so far. Mission accomplished there. Finding any kills on the site. There you go. A triple swing on the Grizz. He'll fall quickly. That thing responded from the side.
Yeah, PwnAlone charging forward, but surrounded by 4 players. No chance. Still an opportunity, though, because there's no CT smoke. The bomb will at least get dropped. Chop arriving to the scene as well, but excellent shooting out of consti. Instant headshots all around for him. That's going to be Badass's first really nitty-gritty round. Really messy. But Badass hit the shots to get out of that situation.
Felt like that was a little bit scrappy, but it's all according to plan when you have so many members all watching the right positions. Everyone on Party Astronauts peeked into a position where there was 2 or 3 players just huddling by, ready to strike. So about as good as it gets for Badass considering. It was a little bit of a bonus though, so losing a couple from Moss's MP9s, not the biggest of deals. As they head into this next gun round, they've got 2 HEs and a mid stack, so I would have thought that was maybe going towards mid. It's going to clear the smoke actually. They don't spot anything.
Thing is, what are we going to have here? Smoke's fading in window, and hi there. There's 3 players with consti and Dare. Just going to clean house. Excellent. Again, excellent shooting to start off from Badass. That is going to set the tone of this game. You know, who's, individually speaking, who's going to come out on top. And it's looking like consti is definitely on a bit of a heater right now.
Good signs early. Going to start things off a little bit of established control. He got PwnAlone though first gun round, first full buy coming through from PA, and he is already rocking the AWP here. See if he can bring in some of that energy. Misses his opportunity. Really good flash there, placed early. Is going to get Shane tucked in towards this corner deadly. If they want to take this mid control, you don't fully think there could be a player top boxes. That could be potentially the call there. So he's even further than top boxes. Now they have to worry about underpass as well. This is a great map control established already by Badass, and again, one of their strong suits here on this map of Mirage. I don't think so. Surely not. I don't think so. Well, maybe.
I think he does.
A little bit of something.
Just like, but like a pixel.
Yeah. You'd have to register that though too. You know what I mean? It's like,
yep.
You might see a pixel. You'd think that's like a little pixel off the box.
I'm not saying he should get the kill, but you'd have to be a bit inhuman to be able to notice that.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that's 1 extra pixel standing out right there. The slimmest of pickings. Right back up. I mean, they take some really good map control. They don't really get much off of it. They were hoping for some sort of duel, and now they fall back into what is going to be another A play here once again.
Good utility trade. You can see that PA are running out of nades while Badass still have an XQ locked in the chamber, but it doesn't matter when Ben Lee charges forward and takes down Shane, the entry fragger on this one. Molly to stairs, but Ben Lee can play around this. Hell from Chop coming through as well. And things look awkward here on the site for Badass. 15 seconds. They have to get this bomb down, and cleanly it's looking possible as consti and Dare are tearing up the connector setup. But planting, not quite out in the open spec. He's going to be patient with it. He's going to make his way around the site. Almost lines up both. Tries to transfer the spray. Now 1v1. Dare now down to 5 HP, but he's going to nail the headshot with the shoulder peek. Excellent shooting again out of Badass to get him out of the situation. 3-2.
Dare manages to maintain the headshot angle right there. I thought for sure he was going to step a little too wide. And that should have been a freebie right there. But as he takes that headshot angle, all that low HP, that 5 HP doesn't really matter too much. You got to land the headshot. And in doing so, he's going to collapse. What a clutch right there coming through from Dare to close that one out. Delivering Badass the lead here now, and even further chances on this T side out of the gates. Looking fantastic to recover that round. Spec though, just eating an early HE that was just tossed directly at him. Not fun.
Yeah, I think Frankie is just gonna have infinite patience here. I do think there is a small shadow advantage if you walk forward. You know,
I think you have to be on that pod there to get like the full effect of this position. But yeah, there's a huge shadow advantage there. I don't know if it's been spotted there.
Ouch.
Yeesh. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there's Shadow. Oh, Frankie's in some trouble. He's gonna lose. The Spec's gonna need to get his. And he does. Okay. There's one, but unfortunately, Chop couldn't get his. And couldn't complete the sequence there. It's gonna be 4 rounds here for Badass to start.
It's always the call for the best ideals. Everyone get your one on this Deagle round, and then we win. That's all you have to do.
That is the truth.
To be fair, though, also Grizz didn't get his one out of the gates, so that kind of set that one already awry.
Tumbling.
Sometimes if someone gets 2, they can get gifted one, so.
Yeah, they can get someone else's one.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta claim
And if someone
it,
gets
though.
an ace,
Everyone
you
gets
know?
one.
Everyone got their one.
The bomb might get
Believe
one
it.
here. I don't know if Dare is super safe. Yeah, I guess it's
Yep.
better than giving up that gun to Pwn if he
Oh.
hits the jets. Oh, wrong way! He was
No,
a
wrong
right, not a
way.
left. No.
Wrong way.
The bomb got his one.
Bomb always rocking up with some excellent KD here in CS2. May I say, good ADR, good.
Most improved player.
Yeah, not necessarily good on the entry stats, I will say, but in closing out these rounds, the bomb putting in work, man.
Absolutely.
I'm just imagining like an HLTV stats page where it's just like the C4 icon. It's like players' stats.
I'm
you know,
sure. I'm
rounds.
sure they have that stat of like how many people have died to bomb. 100%.
They definitely do.
I wonder if they could translate that into
Into a rating. I'm not
low
sure.
impact, but high rating.
Yeah, giving Jame a real run for his money over there.
The question is, with every kill, this bomb explodes. Does it also mean it's a death?
But isn't it? I think it does count as a death to the bomb, unfortunately.
Yeah. So if everyone doesn't, I guess I don't know. Like sometimes like 8 people die to the bomb in like crazy rounds. I guess not 8 people, but like 4 or 3 or 4 in like the biggest rounds. So it'd be interesting to see how many people die to bomb in CS2 compared to Go. So it's definitely more. I mean, obviously the changes have affected the way that you have to play all maps at this point.
Yeah, we were talking about it on a previous broadcast, how it kind of changes the T-side economy. More Ts just go down to the bomb. It just forces more rebuys. So
I kind of like it, to be honest.
I do like it. It's not necessarily fun dying to the bomb,
Yeah,
but
it's annoying when I die to it, but when I watch other people like run away and like there's just no safety, I kind of like the action you get. And like even just Dare's little microplay and commit to dying to the bomb instead of pushing that smoke. I don't know. So it creates a lot of interesting situations here, but over towards the middle, this is some good control again for Badass. They just had to sacrifice a player to do it.
yeah, I mean, credit to Party Astronauts for still holding an aggressive setup very late into the round. Snav had no idea what hit him at top mid. But this is still a good setup. You can see in position here, Frankie ready to strike in the side. While the smoke fades top connector. That's a massive kill for Shane. That sets this site into disarray. Bentley in trouble, and he'll get deleted, removed. But PwnAlone's putting in work. That molly doesn't spread to him. And he's even going to be able to escape. The flash helping, and PwnAlone 3 kills with the A1S. Frankie grasping at air, trying to look for kills, but Shop's going to take that away from him. What a hold from PwnAlone to get 3.
That's massive. Speaking about a player who I feel like is taking on to CS2 quite nicely. Some people say, you know, you gotta really be young, elastic to try and adapt to a whole new game. PwnAlone, he's still rocking with what I would call is some really good rating, some really good performances here in CS2 so far. So quite like that. Was that a flashbang? I think it must have been a misclick right there, but a huge gap in the smoke. He's gonna blow that smoke open, and Pwn was looking for a fight right there, but instead catches a lot of flack for it.
Molly here for Spec. Not going to stick around to find out, but Bentley will, and he'll get owned by Frankie in a main. The map starts to close in here onto Party Astronauts, but Grizz is going to fight his way out of it. Frankie removed from the situation. Now Now a 4v4. Attention towards Con and a great nade from PwnAlone. Love to see those mechanics in use. Man advantage, party astronauts.
Nicely done right there. New tricks coming through. Pwn again aware of Snav's possible flank. He does go down even lower on HP, but Shane has to make some noise dropping. That's a little bit of a tough pill to swallow right there. He's able to land the silencer up there and a freebie.
Yeah, consti's position now known. Spec playing out from bench, just needs to stay alive, just needs to play his life and recognizes that. No need to swing. And even gets a better position. Flash from Bone didn't quite hit, but he's going to nail the shot anyway. Spec playing some confident Counter-Strike here, even nails the jump. And it's 4-all as party astronauts are starting to hit their stride.
Absolutely locking things down here. Able to bring in some back-to-back strong rounds coming through from PwnAlone. Excellent work so far from him. Finding a lot of success here on this defense and putting them in a position where they can take that lead right on back. So thank you very much for holding that onto that for a little while. I'll be having some of that. Got Grizzly, as you can see, over there getting ready to peek towards stairs. Kind of like that. Maybe Grizz was taking on Face It, so just gotta rock the Grizzly tag.
I'll take it. Honestly, Grizz, Grizz is short, one syllable. It's aerodynamic, but Grizzly kind of just has more bite to it. I mean, it's the name of a bear after all. But there is also the upside that you can call him G-Riz if you'd like to. So
G-Riz. I like that one too. Maybe he can utilize that.
Maybe that was his intention. Maybe that was his intention.
Well, now that I see Grizzly, not so sure.
Excellent headshot. Bear opens up for one, sees another shoulder, make it 3. As he cleans up all the players inside the window. Consti hunting for a deagle headshot. He ain't gonna be getting none of those. Farm those eeks, Grizzly. Let's go.
Spec trying to do the Exner Van jump right there.
Is that what it's called in the pro scene?
Yeah, I think that's the official name.
Guys, let's do the Exner.
Just a cheeky little jump there. I always call it that. Just to keep people on their toes.
You always call it that.
Let's get it trending. One by one. We gotta fill the masses here. Up towards the middle, though. They peek in. Actually, not a bad trade from Grizz, at least to keep things level. But the space is going to be claimed. That's a risky move from PwnAlone. The ESL also pretty about the safe side now.
Oh, no. He just gets walked up on by Snav. Just absolutely knifed out here. But Grizz still alive. And 1 kill will be handed back, but forced to drop the smoke. Doesn't want to hang around for too long. And, well, the smoke's not going to save him. 1v3 for Ben Lee, and he's just hanging out on the B site. It's a bit of some errors from Party Astronauts. Just knife out for PwnAlone inside of Connector. And some guys swinging with the rifle and drops him.
It felt like a lot of conditioning from Badass to take things pretty slow, or at least towards the middle, not take too much contact early. They had some aggression coming through from Shane early on, but we haven't seen that sort of explosive nature of a round where someone's just running headfirst towards middle right at them. And right there, it kind of does cost them playing that kind of calm, lackadaisical, not really ready for the aggression. I think that'll be duly noted from PA that that's a possibility, and see if they can quickly adapt to that aggression.
Yeah, PwnAlone was kind of convinced that they were behind the top mid boxes, not already close up the chair. But this is a reposition. This is a new look. PwnAlone getting posted. Position as well from Ben Lee. A great molly as well, forcing them into the line of fire here. PwnAlone does go in for a second. but does miss the shot. Backed up by Chop, though, and it's a 3 versus 5. It's a dominant position, but PwnAlone's been hurt. He's going to be watched for here, but doesn't matter. He still wins the fight versus snav, and consti is swinging at air. He can't find the shot, but he will get it with a Tech 9. 6 shooting there from Badass Gaming, but they're still down in a 2 versus 4 from sheer individualism from Party Astronauts.
I heard some typing right there. I imagine some words were exchanged on that double dink with a Tech 9. And now the question is, what's the end goal? Would it be the worst idea to silently crawl up towards that B side right now? Because while you do have Chop deep in apps to secure at least. Oh. Ah!
Oh, and I think that just gave up the round.
Look at that. Chop's like, oh, I hear something catwalk. Something's jumping around there.
Yeah, and if they didn't make any noise, good chance they just shift walk up. And Party Astronauts would actually be in a pretty precarious spot despite being up 2 players. But that's going to call that one off. Bomb's going to head off to spawn, and we'll see the timer run out. Party Astronauts will pick up 6. Still trying to squeeze something out of the round. Trying to do more with less, but it's been Party Astronauts who have been on the comeback trail. They started this game losing a couple of the opening gun rounds, but keeping it level on the CT side. It's a pretty strong start here in CS2.
And HG did a little chunk. They're going to do a little palace dive. Try and close out this half. This could be fun. 4 players just diving in. They're walking out, actually. He saw him.
Oh, massive timing miss, but PwnAlone gets one, almost gets another, sees the legs, but there isn't a trade. The off holding from Palace is really locking these players in, but a great flick from PwnAlone. That nade also to finish off Dare. Perfection here from Pwn inside a CT spawn, but will that be enough to win the round? Badass Gaming have control of the site. Jungle, stairs, and the likes. But Chop sees an opportunity to walk through the smoke. He hears the footsteps. He knows there's a gap in the hold. He walks out and claims Frankie. Now it's a 1v2 here for snav. And swinging for the fences. I mean, he just keeps going. Confidence here from Party Astronauts as they'll notch themselves a 7th. We'll head off to a halftime break to see who can take the second half. And we are back. 7-5 here for Party Astronauts. They lost the first couple of opening gun rounds, but then put together a spree and hit their stride. A fine job by Cole Extra McHenry. Badass move to the CT side to try and stop all this momentum.
See what they can do here. Slow things down for PA. Good closing statement to the half here. That was a little left and right smoke tossed in towards Jamal. A little bit of a quicker landing. And Ben Shmali to toss in as the icing on the cake here. But it seems to be a bit of a fake as they look to work their way up catwalk here. Dare just swung into the whole team.
Yeah, that's the last thing you expect here. The cat player's like, okay, I can safely rotate into con. Nah, he beats the whole team. But the whole rotate is here as well from Badass. And there it is. 3 kills back in. But eventually, Ben Lee does walk out of A main. It's a little bit of deception here coming in from Party Astronauts, but it's cost them players. Can they convert upon it? Ben Lee has a lot on his plate as multiple players are coming in through the murder hole, but he just hears them all move past into CT spawn until Snav is watching the murder hole. This is a 1v4 for Chop. That is about to be very difficult. Can he do it from triple? He has to play these angles perfectly. First target in front of him, but he couldn't hit the instant headshot. That ends it. And it's 7-6 here as second pistol will go to Badass Gaming.
A little bit awkward right there. I mean, I'm just impressed with the way the Badass were able to rotate that quickly. You do find those kills. You have the smokes towards the A side, but they were playing a retake setup on A anyways. So they smoke into an already empty bomb site. They're locked out of those smokes. And pretty early on in rotation, Dare finds 3 players on catwalk. When you're 3 players on catwalk, you kind of expect it to be towards that B side. And so the 3 players rotating towards that CT side of things, they're already on B. Ready to go. Like you said, just a sacrifice of a lot of members to try and fake things out right there. Does not work in favor of PA. Instead, they're going to have to work within the confines of this force buy. Getting ready to toss in some smokes here, I believe, towards CT spawn to lock in that first one.
Yeah, and there's the second flying in towards top connector to try and escort in this push. Ben Lee leading up with the Tech 9. Does have flashbang support from inside of A main, but Dare dodges it. And then a boost assembled as well in CT spawn. The space gained here is simply not enough right now for Party Astronauts. They need kills, and they're not getting them. Dare gets another. The mid lurk of Spec goes down. PwnAlone will try to set down the bomb. It's awkward, though, the positioning. I think that might be all they can get unless Grizz can turn this round around. He almost gets 3. It needs to be this from PwnAlone, and he can do it. Certainly low HP remaining here on Shane. 8 HP. The Glock's gonna do it. PwnAlone looking to put together a 1 versus 3. Now in the 1v1, he even hears Frankie up close. He plays with a MAC-10, but can't get the kill. What an effort from PwnAlone to make it close. The Badass will squeak away on the anti-force.
Ooh, bomb wasn't planned for him. I imagine that factored into that decision to maybe push forward as well. He can't really play off the bomb from deep CT spawn. A lot of times you'd want to bait Frankie in and hide around that corner right there to try and buy time, but he tries to move forward there to give himself a closer fight to make sure he can play off that bomb effectively. And a nice attempt coming through from Pwn is going to facilitate another force buy, no question about it. These guys aren't ready to give up on the gas just yet. I'm going to continue to press that pedal to the floor. They've got themselves AKs and Galils to do it. The utility to back it up. But on the other end of things, plenty to go around as well. So, a lot of tools. The smoke spam comes through out of the gates there. Grizz able to capitalize.
Yeah, just vaporized in window. See a consti by 3 separate players. Dare, though, taking these steps forward and absolutely delivers on a great kill. And is even sticking around. Like, just wants to get as many punishes as possible in. He does pick up the 1, make it a 4 versus 4. And puts Party Astronauts in a very weird spot. They put all their opening eggs into the mid basket, but oh, they're not working with that control. They're stuck in T-spawn for the first 45 seconds of this round.
Do a little bit of a long reroute. Shane. Just hiding. Got a player now jump spotting, so maybe a little bit of a bait and switch here. With the AUG taking contact, jumping on his teammates. What is happening? Look at this, man. There's just no way. He had to uncrouch so you could jump spot a little bit easier. And They take that contact, but again, there's still a player hiding in the left side that might not go accounted for.
Yeah, they might hold that missile side. The right side is CT spawn, but good cost. But you can see PwnAlone's not really considering the actual ticket booth itself. Still fortunate it's not being planted in the open or anything like that. It's gonna be a safe bomb plant coming through rather for Party Astronauts. They're making a lot of footsteps here in connector. Might not know what lurks around the corner. Like, no footsteps have been made. No indication that Party Astronauts are even in this position. First kill and second for Pwn as he transfers into two clueless players. There's a trade back, at least from Snap, but no kit on this. There's just simply no time as PwnAlone is deleting everyone. 15 and 6, and he's doing it with the rifles. This is going to be an 8th round for Party Astronauts. This is the last person I would think who's running around deleting players on the map. PwnAlone is having a game right now.
Nicely done from Pwn, man. That double up in connector was unreasonable. I was, for a second there, thinking they were going to smoke off jungle as the best avenue of approach. You saw Dare had a smoke that he threw in towards Palace instead. And, you know, could have been tossed in towards jungle. In hindsight, maybe best he would have tossed it in towards jungle because Pwn just broke them apart. If he was left behind that smoke, there wasn't a lot he could do. But instead, he just steps on up. Wasn't able to close out that 1v3. He came so close in that last round. But this time around, he gets a shot at doing damage in this. And he's able to deliver here. I love this boost, though.
It's cool, but they can only hold it for so long. Once players start arriving inside of connector, it's problem. Snav's gonna put a smoke down in underpass though, and try and extend the life cycle of this boost. How long will it last? Oh, it's almost a double swing into it. They're in trouble here.
God.
Yeah, Snav's in big trouble. Time to run down into connector. Fight for yourselves. And doing that exactly is Frankie. One. And spam through the smoke as well as good. The Glock brought out as well. Will finish off Shane, but not ready for the next. No, he is! He's gonna get snapped too with the Glock through the smoke. Let's go!
Dude, he's just shooting inside the smoke wildly. Able to connect onto the first because he kind of lined it up before he enters. So that's the second one. It's just flicking your mouse in darkness and hoping that something lands right there. That is unbelievable. Looks like the counter force by measures here not going to go too well for them. One big hope is that they walk into this B bomb site, walk into the stack here, but looks more likely. Yeah, Spec has just jiggled things out. He just got a little bit of vision on the player back bench. This is going to be an A-side finish.
Easily here, Bentley will get that plant. And Badass are kind of staring down the barrel of could just be a 10-7 lead for Party Astronauts. This next one is gonna be brutal. I mean, if you're Badass, would you consider just I dare say it, doubling down again? Even the buy, if they full eco, will be pretty paltry. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't go for the force buy here. There's still a little bit of runway to work with. If you can just get some guns out, get some tools out for your CT side, you know, get Dare on an op for this next gun round.
Yeah, but they won't.
Find yourself in a good position.
I'm not sure. Is Snav's 1100 enough to bank up for an AWP? I think it is, just barely. 2400 loss bonus guaranteed for the next, I suppose.
Yeah,
but I don't think Dare's
missing
gonna be on
armor.
an op. Yeah, that doesn't. It doesn't add up. This game state that Badass find themselves in is very precarious, and it feels kind of ugly taking a full eco here in round number 17.
Yeah, I mean, not the ideal time here. Let Party Astronauts try and stabilize on this T side. They can build up some confidence. They can build up some bank. Meanwhile, you're still left with pots and pans after that force. I think the big way to get that op in that next gun round would have been to have Dare save a little bit, but without that, might be limited.
Hold on, there's just something working though on the site. Oh, the Grizz, perfect entry, but there's the back. Problem is, the bomb isn't even committed towards that B site. So despite the stack, the Desert Eagles, the pistols, picking up players, it's just simply not going to be enough. That Snav gets dismissed. by Chop, and charging into the site is Shane with just an armorless USP. He gets sent sidelined. And it's going to be 10 here for Party Astronauts. I was just playing a bit of devil's advocate with the idea that maybe Badass could have force spot in this round. It's not like the best idea I've ever had, but I mean, you're about to see the situation that they're in. It's very important that consti holds onto this rifle. It could give a chance for an op to be dropped over if he survives.
Ooh, that kill's huge. Extra $300 actually, I think gives him that chance because he does have armor. He would have a Galil. But
he needs to get
he
away
needs to
though.
save the armor, I think, is the biggest key.
And he won't. I think that's a huge lifeline that has just been extinguished here for Badass. They're going to have to win rounds the old-fashioned way. We don't do no scopes, none of that. Oh, but... Oh, Snap's going to go for it. Okay, I thought... Okay, he was going to be armorless, but I think he got a kill. That gave him an extra 300 to make it feel comfortable enough. But it's going to consti instead of Dare.
What? Maybe spawn. Looking at consti spawn, though. Nothing super special.
There's
I mean,
Dare who actually had the best
window
spawn. Yeah.
Okay. This is news to me. A little bit of a surprise there. They're sticking to the rifles. Consti going to be wielding the AWP. Wow. Didn't expect that. For all the right reasons out of the gates, just one player plucked out through the smoke. And Dare is in a position where he takes two.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Dare's position is just unbeatable right now. Jump up. Oh, hi there, consti. But who else is in towards top mid? Dare needs to turn around, and it'll simply dismiss spec. So, you know, we raised a lot of questions whether there would be an op in the opening gun round. We were proven wrong every single time. And it was consti who picked it up, got the opening pick, and a perfect setup from Badass is going to get them this round.
I mean, a beautiful setup right there. Consti with the opener sets Tear up for success. Even Snav was able to collapse in on that. About as good as it gets. Do you have a smoke to gather that bomb, though? They're all kind of sticking around here. They could isolate these duels. Yeah, that was a little bit of a concern, but as I say that, the instant equalizer, or I guess the 1-for-1, is that eventually Grizz does fall. And Chop might just want to save this op.
Yeah, I think he's going to do that. There's a chance Grizz tried to cross out towards top mid boxes, and probably in hindsight, he's like, yeah, I probably should have done that. Round still definitely would have been live in a 2v3 with bomb control. But the timer is going to tick on down. And yeah, in a round that we had a lot of doubts in, Badass, you picked it up. Just, I mean, honestly, a mid setup that it just felt like it couldn't be beat by just simply 3 players. Again, that opening pick from consti, but Dare was winning that round no matter what happened inside of connector and window. So, gotta respect it. Badass kind of won that round twice over. It was just a setup alone.
Really impressive mid collapser coming through. You can really appreciate. I think that's a key to success here on the CT side, is the way that the CTs take this mid control. So pretty impressive kickoff for Badass when they do get the tools back on out. Look at this though. Feels like a pretty off spawn call to gear it up towards that A side with bomb kind of positioned close by. A couple players ready to explode on out. This does seem like a bit of a fake.
The thing is passive positioning here from Badass is gonna limit the information they get on exactly how many players are out from A main. You can see that Grizz is creeping up con. And trying to put some pressure on. Smoke's about to fade top con, and Snav, how prepared is he for it? Prepared, certainly. Maybe another here. Ben Leet crosses over. Snav is delivering back. Swings the barrel across the connector. The site picks up 2, but PwnAlone scoping in. He could bring this equalizer here. He gets himself in the sandwich, while Snav continues to pick apart his team. That makes 3 here, just from the stairs position alone. Oh, PwnAlone that bomb plant in, but Chop sees all 3 players inside a jungle. Surely that's an opportunity, but nothing giving here from Badass. The plant will go through, but very precautious positions here for PA.
It's gonna be Poe with the reload. He gets 5 more bullets in his chamber and he has to isolate these duels.
And he can't hit the shots. That's the problem here. PwnAlone dancing around default. Helped out by Chop, though, from up top, but could not hit another. PwnAlone needed to find impact there, but it is Dare on 6 HP. If he gives up the game here, there could be some problems. And Chop, he's completely gaming him. Chop needs to swing now, though. Chop needs to swing now, and he goes for the diffuser rather than the person covering. There's a serious chance he could take down Dare, and then the next. A Badass will squeak away.
Oh, just squeaking by right there. 100% could have stolen that round from right underneath Badass's grasp. I mean, that largely comes down to PwnAlone hitting those late round shots. I mean, usually such a good player in those clutches. So good at isolating those duels. Rare to see him kind of flustered like that, but gets caught with a little bit of an awkward late round situation and unable to recover his aim in time. Chop left into a really dire 1v2. That's going to be a timeout called, second utilized from PA. The decision here would probably be to get some actual guns in this one. Maybe a hero rifle could be utilized in this round to try and keep that economy low for Badass.
Yeah, but this is a real comeback effort that's coming through. Huge round there from Snav, by the way. 3 kills from Stairs when it looks like he was just done for immediately from Connector. As well, really patient play, dealing with every player individually, and kind of capitalizing the fact that Party Astronauts swinging 1 by 1. Nav able to more so defy the odds in every single engagement. So really strong to see that he's turning up in the late stages on Mirage. Working with this was a tactical into a tech. Make sure things get in order. But you were talking about, yeah, maybe a small investment here. Party Astronauts keep that economy a bit lower. I think the opposite is what Badass want. They want a clean one out of this. I don't expect anything too crazy. But maybe that's what Party Astronauts could take advantage of. Maybe they could be the one who throws a bit of a spanner and, you know, a couple of nades could do just that.
%. Catch you by surprise. Instead of going for the hero rifle, they kind of spread themselves out a little bit on the purchases. They got themselves a lot of utility in this round. That could be utilized to close the distance. Spec, though, a lot of HEs tossed in towards the middle right there. Doesn't really eat too much damage in the meantime, and just trying to keep attention of the catwalk player turned so that Frankie doesn't have a lot of help here.
Here we go. It's going to be the full execute in. Maybe 5 seconds earlier, there would just be Frankie, but now there's a full defense on the site available, and consti sniping down player after player. There's 3. And that's the round. You know, we've all expected Dare to show up with the AWP, but consti picking it up and really just putting in work. Maybe a bit of a philosophy change from guys at Badass. Maybe Dare getting off of it, being a CS2. Little boost action not working out. So it's good to see consti stepping up into a bit of a newer role for himself.
Yeah, I would imagine that a large part of it does have to do with the CS2 transition. I mean, Dare back in Go was an absolute beast with the op, and felt like he was constantly doing damage up against, especially, like, I would say more specifically, like, lower tier teams. He would just, you know, level out anyone that was kind of a move up roster. Was an absolute beast versus those teams, and was a huge reason as to why Badass kind of took that spot as a gatekeeping team. Like you said, philosophy changes, maybe comfort as they head into this new period of time where they are using consti with the AWP.
getting really activated on all these angles. Say now, Dare. Yep, he picks up the rifles and puts it to work. Drops spec, no problem. Again, just changing in and out of the angles. Badass collecting opener after opener here. Palace is a huge weak spot right now, though. And that's where 3 players of Party Astronauts are going towards. Will be a rotation to try and provide coverage for that. But even Dare doesn't seem aware of this possibility. He's going to drop a smoke as players falling out of Palace, but still makes good on the kill. Not ready for the last one in A main, though. Shane picks up one and back turn to CT spawn. Snav has got this one triangulated. The setup is always there for Badass, no matter how many players they lose on entry.
So prepared right there. So ready. And I mean, again, we were at a point where we were a little bit nervous that Badass were going to have a chance in this defense to stabilize, to have that op presence. They've got all those tools. Snav continuing to play a very good game so far. The rotations have been quick. They've been sharp. And Party Astronaut struggling to find answers. Those answers will not come. I feel like Badass soon to claim themselves map point on their own map pick. I mean, we know their strength on Mirage is evident, but it just looks to be very comfortable for them here.
And see good utility usage as well from Shane. A perfectly timed molly in towards A main. Even Badass, they're not gonna wait. They're just gonna charge through the smoke. Dare gets 2. And that's about all there is to be said. Ben Lee hoping and praying to get the plant. He will get it. I suppose mission accomplished here for Party Astronauts, but Badass Gaming have picked up 5 rounds in a row and are now on map point.
Close to that finish line. Feeling confident. Just need one more to lock this one in. Do PA have anything to say? Once they've hit double digits, they have been silenced. 2 opportunities to close right now.
This would be a little bit worrying if I was PA to drop a map in this kind of fashion. Even with PwnAlone absolutely popping off. I should mention PwnAlone was 15-6 at one point. And 16-13 off the map right now. In terms of his performance, I wouldn't even call it an individual thing. I think just the CT side setups here from Badass have just been the right recipe every time. Consti now pushing forward. Does not get a chance to fire, but to go back from Dare as he just peeks top stairs and drops 2. Okay. Sure.
They can still rifle clearly as well. Just deletes 2 players right there immediately. They don't know what hit them. And so that man advantage was once there, quickly taken away.
Dude.
Frankie's just barreling in apartments here to look to lock this thing in.
Dude,
this could be comfortable to close.
Yeah, he just fixed bayonets and charged the bomb carrier. If he goes down, maybe it gets weird. But now it's all over the place. Grizz doesn't know if he wants to fly out of the apartments or not, take that individual fight. In the meantime, Ben Lee trying to work up middle, had a chance at a kill, desperately needed it. He'll jump in a window, but this has been heard. Dare watching for it. Insta headshot. Grizz is in some trouble. The 1v3. He knows he has a 1v1 on the site, but cannot win it versus Snav. It's going to be Badass Gaming. 6 rounds in a row, non-stop, perfect setups. It can't get better than this for them.
That's an incredible CT side put together. Again, we saw some questions as to what their economy was going to look like, and if they were going to have the ops, if they were going to have the